Welcome to part 4 of our Dealing with Stress series. And today we're going to focus on mindful coping skills. So, as a reminder, coping skills are the ways that we deal with stress. And coping skills can be either physical or mental. So, we talked a lot about physical coping skills in the last workshop. So, things around self love or self care and distraction, like going for a walk, watching a movie, listening to music. And today we're going to focus in on all of our mental coping skills because your mental health just important as your physical health. And so your mental coping skills are just as important as your physical coping skills. You know, your thoughts are powerful and they really affect the way that you deal with stress. They affect how you think about yourself. They really affect how you get through your day. So, the first type of mindful coping skill is called positive thinking, and everyone's really heard about this. It's really changing your thoughts from negative to positive, focusing your thoughts on positive things instead of those extreme emotions that you might be feeling. So, when we're feeling extreme anger or we're overwhelmed or sad or scared, we tend to go into our bodies a little bit when that emotion is so strong. So by pausing and then really focusing in on your thoughts and thinking about how you can change what you're thinking from negative to positive, it really helps you to slow down and reduce your stress. Now, this takes practice. It's really not that easy. Most of us really focus on a lot of negative things, either about ourselves or situations when we're feeling a lot of stress. So it's normal to not get this right away. It's normal for this not to work for you right away. But the more that you practice this, the easier that it's going to get. So, some examples of positive thinking are things like positive affirmations. And these are just saying nice things about yourself, what you can do, your future. And if you start your day with a couple positive affirmations, you start your day with one positive thought, it's a really great way to reduce your stress, whatever you're feeling early in the morning, to get started on the right foot. It's a great way to have some proactive coping. Another kind is silver lining. So, whatever the situation may be that you're in, whatever really difficult emotion or strong emotion you're feeling, there's going to be a lot of negative in life. And if you just try to pause and then focus in on one good thing, one thing that you can be thankful for, one good thing about this situation, one thing that you could learn from this, it really helps to reduce your stress and keep you in that positive mindset. And so we just mentioned a little bit gratitude, finding things to be thankful for. Even starting your morning with what's one thing that I'm grateful for at the start of the day. And people also can make gratitude jars. So when something good happens to you, you write it down on a piece of paper and put it in the jar. And then next time you're having a bad day or you're feeling really stressed out or upset, you can go to that jar and kind of sift through some of those notes, and that can help you to shift your thoughts to something a little bit more positive. Another one that's really popular right now is the rose thorn activity, or rose bud and thorn. So for your rose, you think about something that was good that happened to you today, something you're thankful for, something that you were excited that had happened. Your thorn may be something negative that happened. And then think about, did the rose, overpower that thorn today? And then you can also think about a bud. So what's something that you're looking forward to, something positive that's going to happen to you in the near future? Another really great way to focus in on positive thoughts to kind of get away from negative thinking can be to unplug from social media. We talked about it the first week, how social media can be a big stressor for teens. If you are experiencing cyberbullying or you're just constantly comparing yourself to other people on there and it's really not making you feel that good, unplug from it. Do it, test it for an hour or a day or a week. Just take some time to step away from that, especially right now. There's so many opinions on there that it can be really overwhelming and it can really affect our mental health. So choose to kind of unplug from it, detox from it, not forever, but just for a little bit. So now we're going to do a quick positive affirmation activity. And like I just said, positive affirmations are really anything nice or kind that you can say about yourself. And they really are an amazing way to boost your self esteem and really lower your stress. So I really recommend you doing a couple of these at the start of the day every morning. And it's going to sound a little weird at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it's going to feel. So I want you to complete one of these sentences about yourself. I am, I will, I can, I deserve, I know. So, another way that you can be mindful and practice coping skills is to spread positivity. So, this is doing anything that's kind for someone else. And it just feels really good to help other people. It makes us feel more connected to each other. It makes us feel like we're contributing to the world. When we help out others, it just makes us feel really good inside. So it really is a great way to cope with stress is to help someone else. And you can do this by smiling at a stranger, by doing random acts of kindness. It could be doing things for people that you care about. So text a friend and tell them how much they mean to you, how much you care about them. You could help your siblings with their homework, cook dinner for your family, wash your family's dishes, maybe play with your dog or your family pet, spend a little time doing something for them. Or it can be something as traditional as volunteering, going to an animal shelter or a soup kitchen and just helping others. And doing this, it can really help us to distract ourselves from our problems, to take our mind off of it. And it makes us feel good just to give back. And then also, when you do things like volunteering, it really helps you to realize that maybe my problems aren't as big as I think they are. Because if you volunteer at a homeless shelter, maybe you could think, well, if they're able to get through this, I know I can get through what I'm going through. So it's a way to kind of inspire yourself as well. So, we're going to talk about mindfulness now. And that's when you focus on your body and your environment instead of your thoughts. I know a lot of the times when we start to feel anxious, our thoughts can kind of spin out of control and we feel like we can't get a hold of them. Sometimes you want to practice positive thinking, but you are so stressed or anxious that you feel like you just mentally cannot do it. And that's where mindfulness comes in. And mindfulness is really great because it helps to slow your body down. So it slows down your body, your breathing, your heart rate, and then it also slows down your thinking. And that way you can kind of let yourself pause and then go back to whatever stressful situation is happening, but you're going to readdress it from a much calmer standpoint. And this really helps us in situations where you can't really use other coping skills. So let's say you're in school and maybe you can't watch a movie, maybe you can't listen to music, maybe you can't just go for a walk. But if you're feeling strong emotions, if you're feeling that anger or that stress, mindfulness is a great way to slow yourself down and decrease your stress. And you can do this by practicing deep breathing. So you can do either take 4 breaths in, hold it for 4, and then let it out for 4. You can do it by taking 5 breaths in. So breathe in for 5 seconds, hold it for 5, breathe out for 7. So either of those breathing techniques are a really great way to slow down your thoughts and slow down your body. Meditation is also really great, but meditation can be difficult. So there's a lot of free apps or online videos that help guide you through meditation. And this doesn't have to be an hour-long thing. It can be a quick 5-minute meditation to just recenter yourself. You can also practice just as much meditation, the other side of it, prayer. So just focusing in on prayer or meditation for 5 minutes of the day, it will really help center yourself. Another thing you can do is use your sense of smell to help calm your body. So you can breathe in essential oils or light in a candle so that scent is filling the room and relaxing you. You can squeeze different parts of your body and then relax them. So a lot of people will start at their head and move from their toes. So tense every part of your body from your head to your toes and then slowly relax each. And again, this really helps us to physically calm ourselves when we're feeling a little out of control. Another great thing you can do is squeeze a stress ball. Just practice squeezing and releasing that. And again, you're taking your mind off of your thoughts and focusing in on these tasks. You can stretch. We hold so much stress and tension in our bodies and our muscles. When you get stressed, you just tense right up. So stretching can really help release some of that. Another great activity for mindfulness is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 activity. So you name 5 things that you touch, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you see, 2 things that you smell, and then 1 thing that's positive about the situation right now. So again, you're not focusing on those stressful situations anymore. You're just stopping and really focusing on your body and the world around you. So, what you think really has an impact on how you feel, and how you feel impacts what you do. And then what you do will then impact what you think. So, our thoughts are so powerful because they really control our feelings and our actions. So, having tools to help control our thoughts and our feelings when we're having to deal with strong emotions really helps us in the long run. So now we're going to finish with a quick activity, and this is called the GLAD activity. And it's a great thing to do as you're trying to go to bed to kind of focus on the positives that happened in your day. So instead of focusing on what stressed you out today or what went wrong or what made you upset, focus in on those good things that happened. And this is also a great thing to do to kind of connect with your family. At the dinner table, you can practice this. Instead of just saying, "How was your day?" you can do this GLAD activity. So, in it, you're going to name something that you're grateful for, something that you're thankful for that happened today. It could be a friend, it could be that there was nice weather, it could be that you got a good night's sleep, anything that you're grateful for. And then something that you learned today. This could be about yourself, about someone else, or just some fact that you learned. And then something that you accomplished today. And this could be something big. Maybe you did well on a test that you were studying for or a homework assignment. And then it could be something really small. Maybe you drank lots of water today. Maybe you made your bed this morning. Maybe you got up and showered and brushed your teeth, and that feels like an accomplishment for you right now. Maybe you did something nice for someone else. So it can be big things that you're celebrating, or it can also be just really small stuff, just small things that you were able to do today. And then finally, you want to say something that brought you delight, something that brought you joy. It could be something that made you laugh or smile. Maybe you saw a funny video on social media or something that a friend did. Maybe something beautiful that you saw. Anything that made you feel good about yourself today. So again, this is a really great way to shift our thoughts from something negative to something more positive and practice that gratitude, practice those positive thinking techniques. Thank you so much for listening to part 4. And in part 5, we're going to focus in on our emotions. So we will see you then.